It's the 11th of August, and this is your News Bite brought to you by eNCA.com. I'm Marcel Gordon, and in your news today, it's ice, ice, baby all over most of South Africa. The Madlanga Commission chairperson has a full go at MP Fadiel Adams, and Tyla is planning to show her Jozi Tigers some love. The icy cold weather would have dominated conversations across South Africa today as freezing temperatures, disruptive snow and heavy rain swept across the country. Disaster management teams have remained on high alert, especially in parts of the Eastern Cape and the Free State, where snow has been experienced. Heavy downpours are expected over most parts of Mpumalanga and eastern Limpopo, while in KwaZulu-Natal, travellers using the N3 highway have been warned to drive carefully as snow hits the province. Here's Tanya Dugra, the COO of the N3 toll concession.
With regards to areas of particular concern on the N3, as always, the entirety of the N3 toll route is of concern. High-lying areas like Van Renen Pass does tend to be affected by weather a lot more than any other area along the route. But we have had reports of, further south in the KwaZulu-Natal area, particularly between Balgowan and Nottingham Road, that it has been very cold. And, so those are areas that we are paying even closer attention to, but emergency services are everywhere. We do also, unfortunately, have ongoing construction activities on the go, and this is a necessary evil, as despite the unhappiness about it, unfortunately. And there are some non-restrictions in effect, but those are very short duration closures. There are lanes open in each direction for travel in those areas.
In the Eastern Cape, heavy snow disrupted several R58 mountain passes and forced motorists to drive with extreme caution, but has also sparked a tourism boom by drawing crowds eager to witness their rare winter landscape. eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda filed this report from a snowy Barkley Pass on Tuesday morning.
Know that as of yesterday, 5 mountain passes were affected. Some had to be used later after graders were used to remove the ice on the road surface, making conditions very slippery. Fortunately, no incidents have been reported in terms of road accidents, but quite a lot of snowfall, and as of yesterday, we've been told that at least 2 centimeters of snow have fallen since the snow fall started during the early hours of Monday. We also spent a little bit of time nearby a hotel not too far from here, speaking to hotel management, and they were basically telling us that while they welcome the snow because it does bring much needed guests to their establishment, there have been several issues around the network. They do have a cell phone tower near their hotel, and people are battling to get some network. But they are also not complaining because this is part of their own tourism, ensuring that more and more people are here to enjoy the snow.
What's that saying? When it rains, it pours? Well, that would be ringing in the ears of those running City Power on Tuesday. It's been battling more than 3,600 open outage calls across Joburg as the cold and wet weather conditions continued to put pressure on the electricity network. The Hurst Hill Service Delivery Centre had the highest number of open calls, while several major outages affected communities across the city. And of course, the power outages have had an impact on water distribution as well. So certain areas sat without power or water on one of the coldest days of the year. Stats SA has confirmed that unemployment increased slightly during the second quarter, pushing the jobless rate to 33.6%. The labour force also grew as 121,000 more people entered the job market in search of work. Data shows that although fewer people became discouraged from looking for work, labour market conditions remain weak. There was a tense exchange at the Madlanga Commission with suspended MP Fadiel Adams in the spotlight. Chairperson Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga accused Adams of not taking the commission seriously. The National Coloured Congress leader blamed his malfunctioning laptop for failure to receive updates from the commission. But Madlanga fired back.
It seems to me that you are not taking this commission seriously. And starting from now and going forward, you should not treat this commission the way you have thus far, because every and anything you've said thus far is just totally unbelievable. I do not believe it. This should mean that you cannot function at Parliament as a parliamentarian. And it also suggests that you are not even taking the people that you are supposed to serve seriously, if for as long as you suggest is the case. You have been using a laptop that you basically cannot use. You are not taking us as a commission seriously, and I would dare say you are not even taking the people that you are supposed to serve seriously. Starting from now going forward, you must take this commission seriously, Mr. Adams.
A potential ransom demand has blown open the month-and-a-half-long search for missing 2-year-old Milano Tlali, who vanished from outside his Joburg South home, sparking multi-agency search operations. A woman who spoke exclusively to eNCA says she received voice notes demanding money for the child's safe return. eNCA's Naomi Kobe reports.
New and chilling details have emerged in the search for 2-year-old Milano Tlali, who vanished without a trace on the 30th of June. In the days after his disappearance, flyers circulated carrying the numbers of activists and organizations assisting in the search. Now, one community member says it's led to a disturbing string of calls and messages, including an alleged ransom demand.
We did speak, and he told me on the recording, "You're playing games with me, I want 10,000.
The 22-second voice note, sent 2 days after Milano disappeared, could hold a crucial clue to his whereabouts.
Madam, don't try to act like to be smart, madam. Don't like to be smart. You are playing with the big boy, mama. You are playing with the big boy. I told you I played this game for a long time, mama. Otherwise, how are you, mommy? Don't worry, we are going with the boy now. Now we are in Pretoria now.
But despite repeated requests for proof that Milano is alive and in their custody, no video or other evidence was provided. That's left community members questioning whether the claims are genuine. eNCA reached out to police, who were not available to comment on whether the voice notes could shed light on ongoing investigations. With no breakthrough yet in the search for missing baby Milano, could this chilling string of voice notes and text messages offer investigators the vital clues they need? Or does it simply murky the waters, adding confusion in a case that remains without answers?
A pregnant South African woman has been detained by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Madlanga was taken into custody last month and now risks being deported. eNCA's U.S. correspondent James Goodison has been in touch with Homeland Security and filed this report.
On the 30th of July, ICE agents surrounded Mobile Malangeni at Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas. She had been there on holiday and was waiting for her flight back to Connecticut, where she lives with her fiancé, when she was taken in. Footage shared with local news shows 6 ICE agents surrounding her. In that moment, they said that she had overstayed her visa and that they have a final order of removal. Her fiancé, who served in the US Armed Forces, told local media he's distraught, that they had plans to marry, and that he's scared he won't get to meet their child if she is deported. He's calling on the government to release her. eNCA has heard directly from Homeland Security, who are in charge of ICE. They told me in a statement that on July 30th, ICE arrested Mobile Malangeni, an illegal alien from South Africa, at Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas, Nevada. She legally entered the country on December 2nd, 2023, with authorization to stay until June 19th, 2024. In violation of our nation's laws, they went on to say she overstayed the legal period of her admittance. On February 9th, 2026, an immigration judge issued her a final order of removal. She will remain in ICE custody pending removal. What we know at the moment is that Miss Malangeni is being held at a detention facility. Her immigration attorney has said there are concerns she'll be removed from there in the next few days and deported to South Africa.
Meanwhile, the US has revoked over 175,000 visas from foreign nationals as part of a sweeping immigration crackdown. In other news we're keeping an eye on, US President Donald Trump is demanding compensation from Iran for Americans killed or seriously wounded in past conflicts. This comes after Iran demanded compensation for damage caused by the US-Israel war on their country. That and the ending of sanctions and military threats before the Strait of Hormuz could be opened. Meanwhile, Israel has officially rejected the US's 15-point plan to disarm Hamas, vowing it would only leave Gaza after Hamas lays down all of its weapons. And a 7.4 magnitude earthquake has struck many parts of Colombia, causing widespread destruction and killing over 130 people. Rescue teams continue searching for those still trapped under debris, so that death toll is expected to rise. Over 1,500 buildings across the Coffee region and Pacific coast have been severely damaged, and hospitals in 5 cities are on red alert. Onto the world of sports now, and the All Blacks have made 15 changes to the starting lineup that kicked off their greatest rivalry tour with a 38-21 win over the Stormers last week. The tourists take on the Sharks in Durban on Tuesday night, and Sharks coach JP Peterson says his youngsters have a valuable opportunity to test themselves against the best today.
What the young boys got, they got the youth and the energy, which they will definitely show in the fight. They will definitely be competitive for all 80 minutes and give it a good go. And yeah, we got some experience from the SAA. He helped them a bit that they're close to international level. And I think if I was on the other side as a youth player, we're looking forward to how can I measure myself against like a Jody Barrett, Damien McKenzie. It would be a great battle to see what you can do against a very quality team.
The Betway Premiership is back in action with Mamelodi Sundowns and TS Galaxy headlining Tuesday night's fixtures. Meanwhile, in the UK, the Liverpool Supporters Union, the Spirit of Shankly, has questioned Fenway Sports Group over the proposed investment in the Reds from a consortium that includes Amazon owner Jeff Bezos and Facebook co-founder Eduardo Saverin. The move is being led by former Queen's Park Rangers director Ahmed Bhatia for a possible 30% stake that could be worth as much as £1.4 billion. The supporters group have a list of questions they want answered about this potential deal, including whether due diligence is being done on potential investors and their involvement in other sports and business. And finally, pop sensation Tyla is planning a spectacular fan appreciation concert at Gold Reef City this coming Sunday. The Grammy-winning Joburger is in town to visit her family and friends, but is hoping to give local Tigers an unforgettable experience. She chatted to eNCA's Masego Ratlaga.
Yeah, I mean, family is so important to me, and home is so important to me because there's no place like this, in the world. So when I have to travel across all the oceans and go to all these new places, I always love to find time to touch back home and just connect back to my roots.
What would you say to little girls like them growing up in Johannesburg? You probably don't think when you are at school that you can make, you dream about it,
yeah,
but sometimes you're thinking, Tyla, that's too big a dream.
Yes.
What would you say to them?
I mean, it happened, you know what I mean? Like, I really would love to be an example to all the kids, all over Africa, because our African dream matters, and I feel like I would love for my experience to be a testimony to show that it is possible, Whenever you set your mind to something, it could happen, you never know.
And that's how we wrap today's News Bite. For developments in these and more, keep an eye on eNCA.com and DSTV channel 403.